The art of storytelling and interviewing is critically important to your success. It isn't possible for us to anticipate every single question out there. But we need to have a few stories kind of in our knowledge that we can bring forth to the appropriate questions. It's important when telling a story that it's brief, to the point, and matches the question asked. As an interviewer myself for years, I've asked questions and had that interviewee give me a response that was actually a good story, but had nothing to do with the question that was asked. The concern then that you have is, were they listening? Did they understand what I was asking for? And why specifically did they give me this story for this? So think about it. Listen to what they're saying. If you have a good story for that, make it succinct and to the point, and then give it as an answer. Also, always watch that interviewer. They give you nonverbal cues if they're with you. They're leaned forward, engaged, looking straight at you, they're with you. If they're fidgeting, looking at their watch, checking around the room, you've lost them. Time to button that up. Let's hear a couple of examples.
Yes, so many people do make the mistake of either telling a story that's too short or too long. The too long story is really a problem because once you lose the interviewer, they may never come back. And they're thinking to themselves, where is that off button? So I'm going to demonstrate a story from my own life from about 1,000,000 years ago. And I want you to watch and listen and think about the fact that this story has a beginning, middle, and end. It also, of course, is a true story, which I'm sure we didn't need to mention, but I'm going to. We can't use other people's stories. They need to be about us. So let's go back to introducing the story. Someone says to me, what are your greatest strengths? And I say, I'm creative, I'm a good team player, and I'm hardworking. One more time, they've heard this list. So while you need to introduce your story with a list, you need to stop on the last one you mentioned and tell a story. So my hardworking story is this. I'm an identical twin. When my twin and I were 14 years old, contact lenses has just been invented. I know, that's how old I am. We wanted contact lenses in the worst way, and our parents said, great, get a job. Where do 14-year-olds get a job? Well, we became maids at the Holiday Inn. So all summer long, Mom drove us to work and came and picked us up from 8 to 5. We worked with a lot of ladies who came from Mexico. They took the bus up on Mondays and came home on Friday and went to Tijuana and took care of their children. One Monday, that bus didn't show up. We had 8 stories of rooms to clean with no help except the head housekeeper. We started on the 8th floor. We worked our way down to the 1st floor. We were knocking on doors and giving away fresh towels at 8 o'clock at night. It never occurred to me to not stay and do that job. That's what I mean by hardworking.
Great example. Notice that Jan, in giving that example, had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It is important that we give the adjective that we want to really illustrate in the story, but then give the story so that it comes alive, shows you in it, but gets right to the heart of what it is you're trying to communicate. If you can do this well, you will really succeed in interviewing. Again, as always, the best way to make this come alive is to practice, practice, practice.